calcium, controlling the blood flow at monthly cycle time, controlling other nervous conditions. If you're deficient in zinc, your myelin sheath will cause you to have tremors and shakes, and you'll move even towards fits, epilepsy, palsies, Parkinson's, and many other nerve conditions can come around. But the number one problem seems to be bone deterioration, osteoporosis. Ladies, you need 1,500 milligrams a day because your hormones cause your myelin sheath to burn off that much a day. If a man is eating a good diet of green veggies and dairy products, if he's not allergic to dairy products and exercising well, a man's probably getting his 600 milligrams of calcium in his diet and wouldn't even have to supplement it. But now if a man is not eating his green veggies and is allergic to milk and isn't exercising well and has to rub his calves and arches down every night before he can go to sleep, he needs some calcium. But ladies, there's no way that you eat 1,500 milligrams a day in your diet. If you are a very high quality food selector and eating very well, you're probably only eating about 900 milligrams a day in your diet. If a lady is not supplementing a minimum of 600 milligrams a day, you're losing ground to osteoporosis. And osteoporosis is devastating. A survey done 4 years ago showed in America that 1 year had 200,000 ladies had broken hips. It's a lot. It's a bigger problem than you might think. Of the 200,000 people, ladies, that had broken hips that year, 30,000 of them died from the complication of the healing process from the broken hip, and it's devastating. Not only is it bad for the brittleness of the hip bones, but it causes the posture to bend and the vertebrae to get soft, and you start to pinch other nerve conditions, and it softens the knee joint and the ankle joint, and you get bendy legs, and you can hardly walk around, and you're disabled, and all sorts of problems can come from it. You do not want this bone condition. They have now proven through research that you can have bone density increased, you can repair bones, you can strengthen bones, you can get rid of the brittleness by the proper absorption of calcium. One survey was done in the U.S. on ladies at age 40, and they found every single lady in the study had osteoporosis. They're now saying that it's not a matter of whether someday you will get osteoporosis or not. They're saying that every lady in this room has got osteoporosis right now. You got it. You have osteoporosis, ladies. The only thing you can determine is how much damage are you going to let it do to you. There's no medicine for it. There's no surgery for it. There's no cure for it. There is nothing they can do for osteoporosis except there is one thing. Do you know what you can do? Prevent it with the right amount of the right kind of calcium. Now let's talk about the right kind of calcium. Scientists have done what we call bioavailability studies. Bioavailability studies is when you swallow 100 milligrams of a substance, how much of that substance actually works in your metabolism. The biggest selling calcium in the world today is from the rock limestone. You can't liquefy limestone, by the way, and they have found that 100 milligrams of potency of limestone administered, and they can test the elimination and other waste excretions and find that only 3%, 3 milligrams of 100 milligrams function in your metabolism, and they gave limestone a 3% bioavailability rating. Now, dolomite, which is fossilized shell, which came from an original organic source, they give it a 4 to 6% bioavailability rating. The laboratory-made calcium, called calcium carbonate, it's so pure and so refined, done in a laboratory. They find calcium carbonate has only 9% bioavailability. They put the calcium carbonate in orange juice now. I don't know if they're doing it here in southern Africa, but in the States they now say, oh, drink our calcium-fortified orange juice instead of milk. You got more calcium in orange juice than the milk now with the calcium carbonate. They failed to tell you something very important for you as a consumer, and that is the bioavailability of the calcium carbonate is only 9%. You're not getting what the potency on the label says you're getting. You're getting 9% of that potency, and that could be inadequate. And you start to see the various sources of calcium. You move into the eggshell and oyster shell as a fresh-made substance, and you get up to 15% bioavailable calcium there. The green veggies, you get about 20%. The highest natural organic absorption of calcium anywhere is in the dairy product because the calcium carried by the milk is carried by the milk fat. And the milk fat helps cloak this negative ion magnetism, and so it carries it into your system by a fat. We now, through technology and science, research, and nutrition, have found that protein is far better than fat. And we have double amino acid chelated our calcium and magnesium, and now we deliver to the bloodstream, and when the amino acids are pulled off, we deliver as high as an 83% bioavailable calcium, and nobody else in the world has been able to do it. And because we deliver such a high amount of the calcium to function in your metabolism, we become best value. We actually deliver to you results for why you're taking the product. When you took another product, you may say, oh, it doesn't do me any good at all. Well, you weren't digesting enough of it, and it probably wasn't doing you enough good. So you need to see what technology and science has done and the difference between organic and natural. It means all the difference in the world to you as a human being. You don't buy a product to set it on your shelf, and when people come to visit you, you say, "See my pretty bottles?" No, you buy a product, so when you swallow them, you get the results intended. And we're the company that actually delivers you the results based upon our technology and our organic natural philosophy. Let's talk about our aloe vera plus drink in the bottle over there. Aloe vera is one of our most exciting products. It's a healer. It's an herb. And when we get into the study of herbs,